So this here is my 20 gauge fowling piece. It's made by Cash Tuck Bowcraft in California, and it's a fine flintlock. It's 20 gauge, and I typically shoot it with a round ball, and I use a .60 round ball with a 20 thousandths patch, and anywhere from 60 to 100 grains of powder, depending on how much oomph and the distance that I'm shooting. But I have loaded this with shot and shot squirrels and rabbits and other small game with it, and it works quite well. And it is, in fact, a smoothbore. If you could see in there, it does not have any rifling. But I hear people say all the time that you can't hit the broadside of a barn with a smoothbore, and I only own two smoothbores at the moment, this and my Brown Bess carbine. And I've hit stuff with my carbine all the way out to 80 yards, pretty consistent.
That sounds good. Yeah.
I haven't really tried shooting at long distance with this, and so I want to give that a try. And so we're going to shoot it at 180 yards and see if I can't get lucky and hit that target. And the target we're shooting at out there is a torso-sized target, which I think is kind of appropriate because in the heyday of smoothbores, 100 yards was considered about it for a smoothbore. If you could hit somebody beyond 100 yards, but 100 yards is pretty much the effective range. And I've heard of guys that can shoot farther, but given the time period for smoothbores when they were popular, and that was pretty much what was available, 100 yards was about the effective range. So we'll see what this thing can do at 180.
Okay, rolling. High, in line, but high.
Okay. Since that first shot went so high, I decided to drop my powder charge by 20 grains and try it again.
Way left.
So about this time, the breeze started to pick up and I had a pretty good crosswind going on, but my elevation was good, so I loaded it up with the same 80 grains patch and ball, and I just aimed a little bit over to the right and gave it another try.
Yeah! Well, it can be done. It can be done.
So if there's anyone out there that still thinks you can't hit the broadside of a barn with a smoothbore, you ought to try it sometime because I think people don't give them enough credit. It took me 3 shots to hit that at 180 yards, which it pretty much takes me 3 shots to know where to hold when I'm shooting a rifle at that distance. So they're really not nearly as inaccurate as a lot of people think. In fact, you'd be surprised what you really can do with a smoothbore. Now, I think we're spoiled when it comes to the precision rifles that we have nowadays. But, a couple hundred years ago, when a smoothbore was about the best you could get, or at least best you could afford, you could really do some serious damage with one. I mean, you could take big game, you could take small game, and this is really one of the things that I like so much about smoothbores. I could load it with a round ball and shoot a big critter. I could load it with shot and shoot a small critter, which I've done several times, and it works like a charm. So, as usual, folks, if you thought this video didn't suck, do me a favor and hit the like button, consider subscribing, and if you did think it sucked, well, then go make your own damn video.